Kevin McCarthy, who is maybe going to be the Republican Speaker of the House when Republicans take over in January. Still a little bit of a problem there. He doesn't have enough votes yet, but he swears he's totally going to get there. But anyway, recently, Kevin McCarthy sent a letter to the January 6th Select Committee warning them that they'd better make sure they keep every single record that they have made, every transcript, every phone number, every text messages they've recovered, everything, because when he takes over, he and his Republicans in January, we are going to investigate the hell out of you. So once again, Republicans have a plan to investigate the investigators, because we all know how well the last investigation of the investigators worked out, right? Why don't you call up John Durham and ask him how well that went for him? I love how Republicans just stopped talking about that. It was supposed to be the silver bullet. We're going to expose all the Democrats and all their crap. And then it ended, and everybody seems to have forgotten that it was over 2 months ago and nothing happened. Well, apparently Kevin McCarthy wants to do the same thing with the January 6th committee. So he's going to, I guess, impanel what? A January 6th committee to investigate the January 6th committee, to look at all the evidence they compiled and see if anything is wrong. That is actually one of the things he wants to do, because their final report, of course, is coming out, basically in a matter of days at this point. So he's going to look at it, and then he's going to compare it to the evidence and make sure everything's on the up and up. But then his January 6th committee is going to do something else. They're going to take it a step further, because they then want to investigate something that's also already been investigated, and that is, why did we have so many security failures at the Capitol on January 6th? There literally is a 127-page joint report compiled by both Republicans and Democrats in the Senate that already explained all of that. It's an investigation, by the way, that actually kind of flew under the radar. Not many people paid attention when it came out, but it did come out, and they identified the security failures that happened at the Capitol that day. And at the root cause of all of it was the fact that the FBI and the Capitol Police, combined with the White House, didn't take the threats seriously, because they had the threats, they had the social media posts. These agencies were warned, but they were like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. And because they downplayed it, nobody was able to make the adjustments to the security. So, Kevin McCarthy, I just saved you months. And by the way, that report was the product of more than 3 months of hearings and interviews and reviews of thousands of pages of documents. They've done it. Like, half your work's already done, bud. There you go. But you want to do it again because you want to blame it all on Nancy Pelosi, who is what? In charge of security for the House? I mean, does she make those decisions? Honest to God, I don't know. Maybe she does. Maybe the Speaker of the House is in charge of hiring and firing security, telling him what time to show up every day. I would think, though, that that's probably out of the realm of their expertise. So if the Speaker is in charge of those kinds of things, that's not smart. And also, if everybody else was telling her the threat's not real and she did beef up security, y'all would want her investigated for overreacting. But the investigation's going to happen, along with about 40 to 50 others they've announced. And at some point, maybe they'll try to pass some legislation. I don't even think that they will, because they're going to be so damn busy investigating everything under the sun and, of course, pissing off the voters by not focusing on the issues. So we'll see how that plays out for them in 2024, but I'm willing to bet it's not going to work in their favor. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.